Flight cancellations. Airlines and airfields are unfit to say when the trouble to summer vacation lambs will end. All 5 of the airlines communicated by Sky News failed to give an answer after they were asked to say when guests would know for certain that no further cancellations would take place. There appears to be no end in sight to the query facing air passengers bothered about whether their breakouts from the UK will be cancelled this summer. All the airlines communicated by Sky News were unfit to give a date when no more breakouts would be cancelled ahead of the busy vacation period. It comes after Heathrow asked airlines on Monday to cut 10 breakouts at 2 outstations, while EasyJet started cancelling thousands of summer breakouts. Also on Monday, Ryanair's master Michael O'Leary, talking about the cancellations in general, said the problem was going to continue right throughout the summer. Sky News asked EasyJet, BA, TUI, Wizz Air, and Vueling, all of which have reported cancellations in the last many weeks, when it'll be known that there will be no further cancellations. None handed a clear answer to that question. In addition, none of the airfields where cancellations have passed handed an answer to the same question, without most saying it was for airlines to note. This is despite Transport Secretary Grant Shapps telling tripheads to do their bit to resolve the problems causing chaos at airfields after meeting with field chiefs as well as airlines before this month. Knockouts of thousands of half-term holidaymakers were left stranded abroad due to flight cancellations during the half-term leaves at the end of May and start of June, and there are fears that the scenes could be repeated during the summer break. Some of the EasyJet cancellations are believed to have come after Gatwick Airport blazoned it was limiting its number of diurnal breakouts to 825 in July and 850 in August to help passengers witness a further dependable and more standard of service. It's allowed this could mean the cancellation of over 000,000 EasyJet breakouts on trade for July, August, and September, although the airline's principal superintendent Johan Lundgren said on Monday the company hadn't decided how numerous cancellations there might be during those months. Which airfields are affected? At most of the fields Sky News connections said they weren't waiting to see any cancellations. Luton, Stansted, Edinburgh, Manchester, Birmingham, Newcastle, Glasgow, Aberdeen and Southampton airfields all said they've not had to cancel breakouts or cap capacity over the summer. But Gatwick verified what they reported last week, adding that its cap was designed to help short notice and last nanosecond cancellations. Heathrow said in addition to British Airways removing 10 of its summer schedule from the field as a preventative step and in line with what other EU Mecca airfields like Frankfurt and Amsterdam have also done, we've also worked with airlines in the last month to determine available capacity for check heft at colorful points throughout the day. We also engaged with airlines well in advance of these prospects to enable them to either time or consolidate their breakouts to ensure passenger check-in guests were safe and to smooth the peaks on airline check-in staff. What do the airlines say? EasyJet, which on Tuesday evening still could not give a figure on the number of cancellations, said impacted guests would be notified directly in the coming days. It said we continued to work through the flying program to finalize the breakouts impacted. The vast majority of guests' breakouts won't be impacted, and of those that are, the majority of guests will be rebooked within 24 hours. We'll be notifying affected guests directly in the coming days with information on their indispensable flight or the option to rebook or admit a refund. A prophet added that while the majority of those who are impacted will be rebooked for free within 24 hours, any guests who are unfit to transfer to another EasyJet flight for free within 24 hours will be suitable to rebook with Volition carriers and will be refunded for this and any other reasonable charges incurred as a result of their flight cancellation. BA said that the vast majority of cancellations that have been reported aren't new but were pre-planned and actioned around a month and a half ago, and guests were notified at the time. The company says it reduced its schedule by 10 around 000 round trips until the end of October as a result of resource challenges, and around 85 of the affected passengers have arrived at their destination within 24 hours of their original listed appearance. A prophet added, "We have taken responsible preemptive action to amend our schedule in order to help give further certainty for our guests, and are giving them maximum flexibility to either rebook with us or another airline as close to their original departure time as possible or to admit a full refund." TUI said it planned to notify people as soon as possible if their breakouts are cancelled, adding, "While flight detainments and cancellations with us are rare, unfortunately, the increase in people going on leaves combined with complex functional and forced chain issues meant that a veritably small number of TUI leaves were impacted over the first weekend of the May half-term period. Our leaves calculate on a complex system of services. This includes our own aviators and cabin crew, as well as functional mates that cover effects like check heft, baggage, and catering. Alongside that, we work nearly with air business control and field security brigades. Our airplanes cannot take to the skies when these systems aren't working together as they should be. This was an extraordinary situation, and we took further than people on vacation over the half-term week. Our breakouts are now operating as usual, and we're doing everything we can to ensure guests can look forward to enjoying their summer leaves as planned. Wizz Air and Vueling had yet to note by the point of publication. Qatar Airways to have shuttle breakouts with Saudia, other GCC airlines for World Cup, CEO says. Doha Qatar Airways is seeking cooperation with other Gulf airlines, including Saudia, to increase the inflow of football suckers to Doha as Qatar is preparing to host the World Cup in November. Akbar Al-Baker, Qatar Airways Group CEO, told Arab News during the International Air Transport Association annual general meeting in Doha that the airline has tied up with Fly Dubai, Kuwait Airways, Oman Air, and Saudia to connect match ticket holders to Doha. The airlines to give matchday shuttle breakouts for 24-hour guests during the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022, he added. We want to encourage other airlines to come then and bring capacity. You know, as an airline, we won't singularly be suitable to bring all the capacity needed to bring the suckers for the World Cup, Al-Baker said. The geography of this event gives us the occasion to spread the business with colorful indigenous airlines. Our combined bandwidth with Fly Dubai, Kuwait Airways, Oman Air, and Saudia will produce driven flexibility that will bridge societies and give suckers the chance to explore multiple places in the Middle East, he continued. Qatar Airways is one of the most profitable airlines in the world. It has recorded $1.54 billion in profit during the 2021-22 financial time, the loftiest net profit among all airlines around the globe that have published their financial results for the 2021-22 fiscal time. IATA prognosticated that freight profit generated by carriers this time would fall by 6.4%. Al-Baker added there will be a downturn in business, and when there's a downturn in business, people don't buy stuff that we typically carry as weight. With capacity suitable to meet current demand, a drop in bookings will produce downcast pressure on yields when the recession starts, he said. Al-Baker further said that labor dearths will be another big challenge in the coming months, though he added that his airline is submersed with job operations. People got into a bad habit of working from home, he refocused. They feel they don't need to go to an assiduity that really needs hands-on people, he said, adding dearths in field staff could hurt growth. Qatar Airways wants to restore breakouts to Hong Kong, but it's still under COVID-19 restrictions, Al-Baker said. Hong Kong is a veritably important request for aeronautics. It's a big mecca, and I hope that the authorities will review it. You know, now you have to live with COVID. Al-Baker also stressed the significance of the Latin American request, stating that Qatar Airways is planning to fly to Mexico but is facing legal issues. Airbus disagreement. He also talked about Qatar Airways' legal disagreement with Airbus over excrescencies with the defensive skin of A350 wide-body spurts, saying we're always open to constructively resolve issues. But we cannot accept notoriety not following a contract they've inked with us. In an unknown London court battle, Qatar Airways is pursuing Airbus for further $1 billion in damages, with the value of the carrier's claim rising $4 million per day. Qatar Airways, supported by its own public controller, which has ordered the spurts out of service as the problem appears, insists that the safety impact cannot be duly understood until Airbus provides a deeper analysis. Airbus is in conversations with Qatar Airways to try to resolve the bitter legal and safety disagreement over the A350 passenger spurt, the planemaker's principal superintendent said on Sunday. There is progress in the sense that we're communicating, we're working with each other, Guillaume Faury told Reuters on the sidelines of the IATA meeting in Doha. I suppose we partake in the view that an agreement would be a better way forward, but as long as you do not have an agreement, you have no agreement. Sustainable energy use. Speaking about the assiduity's net zero 2050 target, Al-Baker said it would be a delicate target for airlines to achieve. It's going to be veritably grueling, he said, adding that other stakeholders in the assiduity, including machine makers and oil painting companies, would need to contribute to the thing.